We all tend to think of supplements as this perfectly safe way to boost our health, right? Especially as we get older. But what if that's not the whole story? Today, we're digging into some source material that makes a pretty startling claim. A couple of the most common supplements you might be taking could actually be doing some serious damage.
So this really brings up a big question you have to ask yourself. Just take a second and think about your own daily routine. Is it possible that the very things you're taking to stay healthy could actually be doing the opposite? It's a jarring thought for sure, and it's exactly what we're going to unpack today. And here it is. This is the central claim from our source that just stops you in your tracks. I mean, let that sink in for a moment. The idea that iron, something we know is essential, could literally rust your organs from the inside out. Wow. This process is called oxidation, and it's why the source material urges extreme caution with iron unless you've been specifically diagnosed with a deficiency like anemia.
Okay, so let's dive into our first section here where we're going to break down what our source is calling the rust and fracture risk. We're going to look at two really common supplements and the potential dangers they might be hiding.
So what you're seeing here is a pretty simple cause and effect. On the left, you've got the action, taking an iron supplement when you don't actually need it. And on the right, you see the consequence, that rust effect happening inside your body. Now, oxidation is a totally natural process, but the source warns that excess iron is like flooring the accelerator on it, leading to oxidative stress that can really wear down your organs over time. And the tricky part is, it's a slow, silent process. You wouldn't even feel it happen.
So, it's not just about iron. The second big risk that gets called out in our source material is high-dose vitamin A. Of course, vitamin A is crucial for things like your vision and immune system. But what some research is pointing to is that in super high doses, especially from supplements, it can actually start to mess with vitamin D's job in keeping your bones strong, which could potentially weaken them and even increase your risk of a fracture.
Okay, so let's just pause and quickly recap the two main threats we've just talked about. First, you've got excess iron from supplements causing that rusting or oxidative damage inside your body. And second, you have high doses of vitamin A from supplements that could be making your bones more fragile. These are two really big ideas to keep in mind.
All right, but it's not all bad news. This isn't just about pointing out all the problems, it's also about the solutions offered up in the source material. So let's switch gears. We're now going to look at what are presented as two fantastic allies for your body.
And this right here is the core strategy being proposed, a simple supplement swap. The idea isn't to replace the function of iron or vitamin A, but to swap a potential harm for a known benefit. The source suggests trading out unneeded iron for magnesium glycinate and replacing that high-dose vitamin A with a compound called PQQ. So, let's break down why.
So what is magnesium glycinate? Well, it's a form of magnesium that your body can absorb really easily, and it's also gentle on the stomach. The thinking here is, why not take out the specific risk of unneeded iron and put in a mineral that gives you all these other great benefits for things like muscle and nerve health, a mineral that, get this, a lot of people are actually low on anyway?
And the other alternative is something called PQQ. Now, this might be a new one for you. PQQ is a compound that acts kind of like an antioxidant and supports our mitochondria. The little energy factories inside all of our cells. The source suggests this swap because instead of risking bone issues with high-dose vitamin A, PQQ offers a completely different kind of support that's focused on cellular energy and protection.
Okay, so we've gone over the potential problems and the proposed solutions, but that brings us to the most important part. What do you do with this information? Well, it's all about taking a fresh look at your personal health routine.
Here's a super clear 3-step action plan you can use. First, just identify. Are these two supplements even in your medicine cabinet? Step 2, and this is absolutely crucial, assess if you really need them. This usually means having a quick chat with your doctor to check your levels. And then third, based on that conversation, you can consider looking into the alternatives we just talked about.
So after all that, if you remember just one thing, let it be this one number, 2. This isn't about getting you to panic and throw out your entire supplement collection. Not at all. The core message from our source is really targeted. It's about taking a closer, smarter look at just these two very common supplements. It's about being informed, not fearful.
And that leaves us with one last thought to take with you. If something as common as an iron or vitamin A supplement deserves this kind of second look, what other healthy habits might we be following just on autopilot? It's a powerful reminder to stay curious, to keep asking questions, and to always be an active driver in your own health journey.